Yo, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing, man? Peace, my bros. Yeah, you're right. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to think, really trying to make sense out of this thing, cause like this whole thing with the Kim Kardashian family, it's so fucking messed up, man. Like, first of all, I want to say number one, I'm not racist or anything. It's funny is that how, speaking of like racism in America to begin with, like being racist is kind of have been become synonymous with just one race, that is being racist towards like black people. Like the second you say racist, what comes to people's mind is just one thing. Oh, so yeah, you're fucking racist, you're against black people. Whereas in our today's reality, uh, racism is just towards everybody. I mean, white people, black people, brown people, Middle Easterner. You could be, you know, basically discriminated, and there's a prejudice against you, no matter who you are. It could be anybody at any um, position or level, at any um, basically any class level. The only thing is that obviously, if you're like in a position where you're on top of it, sure, people can condescend you, but if you have the means to keep yourself up, you really don't feel that impact, and you can get up with it. If you're a rich person, you could be black, you could be Hispanic, you could be white, you could be Middle Eastern, like Saudi, for instance, and you compare like a Saudi citizen, which is an Arab, to like a I don't know, like a Palestinian or Syrian. You know what I'm saying? So somebody talks shit and say like, yeah, fuck all you Arabs, for example. You know what I'm saying? If you're a Saudi, yeah, you're camel riders. I don't know, some kind of crap like that. Well, you know what? You got the money, you're rich, man. Like, I don't care. But when you're feeling the heat and you feel like, you know what? My life, I'm struggling for food, I'm struggling for everything, and somebody hits me with that. That's something that really gets to you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like all depends on what position you are, how much already psychologically you're under pressure, or are you under pressure. Anyways, I wanted to say that because this is like a really thing, and I feel bad myself to begin with. Before anybody wants to say anything, because I don't want to make a comment that is gonna hurt anybody, even though those very people who are hurting others, are being perhaps being subject. Anyways, but I'll be down to this, man. I'll be very real. I don't like this whole thing. Not just don't like it. This is like sick as shit, man. Like this whole thing with Kim Kardashian to begin with, like going out and sleeping with this dude Kanye West, and not only that, it's funny. Like speaking of this trend, it's just amazing. First of all, these if you I don't know if you know what I'm coming from. It's just funny, this whole trend where for some reason that I can kind of think about it, but then again, number one, I'm kind of hesitant to say it, and number two, I don't want to be so basically entitled to my opinion if that's not the case. But I have a good idea where it is. Anyway, simple said, like it's kind of like even this Ariana Grande, like all this girl. I mean, if you look at it, this all these chicks, man, Chloe, I don't know I don't, Kim, that the other chick. What's her name? I don't even know her name. Sorry, man, I don't really follow this shit. this new girl, the new ones, Kylie and what is that, Kendall and shit like that. These are like white people, like white, like even like with like a white tone, and they all started fucking trying to kind of bronze themselves, like trying to give themselves like a black tan, shit like that. And it's funny is that I think at some point they became like really became a target of basically discussed by the very black community for trying to freakishly really go down deep and trying to make themselves look like black and stuff like that, which is so just not right. You know what I'm saying? Um, so anyways, but that story doesn't stop there. They all these girls, they all fucking marry or have the boyfriend as a black guy. I don't fucking understand this shit, man. Can somebody please enlighten me on this thing, man? For what fucking reason, other than you really trying to be provocative and controversial just so you can, one way or another, get the attention of people? Number one, I guess, given that, and it's funny how they fuck with people's psyche, I don't know how to say it. You know, the reality is that like black people in America, they're very disenfranchised. You know, it's gotten a lot better. A lot of black people do have the choice to try to move up and try to rearrange their lifestyles, but it's easy to say, easy to done. Now, obviously, that then again, I just want to say this because I live in America, and I see a lot of normative behavior patterns, deviative things from black people, which really gets me. And I think, you know what, it really doesn't make sense. I don't know how you're living, what's going on with you. I know, number one thing, I know you don't have a physical disability. You don't like it. You don't seem like you have a mental problem either. It really doesn't give a reason trying to be a jackass and behaving in a shitty way and try to be a thug guy, behaving a certain. But what I want to say is that bottom line, there's a big chunk of it. Um, what contributes to that is that yes, the society, and the steps that have been taken. So here's what I want to say. Now it's all about psychology. So you have all these black people that basically they're going through, they're disenfranchised. They know they don't have a really ideal place in society, and all of a sudden they be like, "Whoa, look at that shit! One of our kind got into like a real serious reality TV and is hooked up with his white people," and all of a sudden they feel like, yeah, yeah. So a black guy went out and fucked a white chick, man. Shit like that. So really, what I'm trying to say is that it's the worst conspiracy ever. Because really, what they're trying to do is that you're really trying to really prop up the black communities, basically, being disenfranchised. Not only you're not trying to correct it, but you're trying to actually direct this negative energy that's being built up in them actually to the wronger thing. You're actually propping up to become worse and be actually like really trying to really rather um you're trying to get them to rather trying to um embrace this life and be like, yeah, you know what, now we got in the right foot, man, we got ourselves up there, you know what, now we got to the level, now we're doing this kind of shit, so you know what, not only we're wrong, we're actually on the right track, we're doing it right. Yeah, yeah, it's okay to sell drugs, man. It's okay to behave like that. It's okay to have a sagging pants down walking down the street. It's okay to act like a thug. You know what? That's what got us down here. Yeah. Not only we shouldn't continue that, we gotta keep it over. So you see how these people are actually, they're trying to really destroy the black people further and further by psychological warfare. In a way, it's a reverse psychology, basically. It's just like putting a praise there. It's just like putting some kind of a food somewhere, where the bird comes in and they're trying to get like a food, right? They're thinking it's good for them, right? And they get caught, and the fucking next thing you know, you've messed up. This is a worse shit, man. This is so fucked up, man. Um, But I'll be honest with you, man. The other piece of puzzle is that I don't know. What I'm gonna say, man, you know what? I'll be honest with you, man. I think everybody should have the freedom, freakishly, to choose if they want to be with a black guy, with a white guy, being a woman, a man, African. This is a personal decision, but don't tell me in a interesting, coincidentally enough, in a top reality TV show in America, out of I don't know how many people and those family members are, three of them happen to have a black guy, as a mate or as a husband. You really gotta be fucking kidding me. And the worst part is that these chicks, man, it's not like they grew up in a black neighborhood or they have some association with that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, they had some background. I don't even know how this did happen. It's just so fucking insane. Like, you have some, for instance, okay, so I see, like, a lot of Hispanic people, they have intermarriages, or a lot of, they hook up with, like, black people. Could be, the other way around. Number one, it could be a black guy with a black woman, a black Hispanic guy with with a black woman. But the thing about it is that because you're talking about two people that, sadly enough, because of segregated society the way it is in America, they kind of grew up in the same neighborhood. They kind of attuned with each other. You see what I'm saying? Not only that, they go to the same school. They grew up in the. Not only that, you're talking. If you look at the racial background in Southern or South America, the Latin American countries, it's a very racially diverse society where you have black people, a shade of really pure black to the white. They all share the same cultural background. It's a very commonality. You gotta understand that. You see, I mean, and they live in in the same kind of settings. It's not like a segregated society like in America that speaks of all these fucking principles of justice and liberty and freedom and all the bullshit. And at the same time, then again, you have segregated black neighborhoods and you have segregated white neighborhoods. And on top of that, speaking of prejudice, the very rich, goddamn fucking black people that are wealthy, they actually segregate themselves and pull themselves away from the fellow black guy because, oh yeah, ooh, I got money, you know, yeah, I drive a Mercedes and you whatever. You see what I'm saying? This is a human cycle, man. It's not about race. It's about the fact that somebody feels like they're in a position where they think now they're better than them. I could even fall victim to that. I live a shitty life, man. I'll be perfectly honest with you. But I'm pretty sure that if one day, hypothetically speaking, if I have money, there's a chance I might be a jackass. I might feel like, I'm better than other people. You know what I'm saying? That's another story to talk about. But speaking of the whole point I'm trying to say is that this got really no matter. It's not about, we got to think a little outside of the box. If we're really trying to make something happen. If you just want to point fingers at people and be like, oh, yeah, white people are fucking us up. No, white people are not the only white people that are fucking you up. The very black people are fucking you up. You know what I'm saying? There's always many causes that really, any successful plot, it's got many different dimensions into it. You can't really hit somebody from one direction if you're successful. You might know about this whole guy, I never learned the name of the guy, right? His name is some kind of like a Marin, something like that. This guy was a gang member in D.C. area and became the mayor of Washington, D.C. And the whole thing was just really what I'm trying to start talking about, the same thing, a conspiracy to prop up, then again, the black people in the wrong direction, trying instead properly incorporate them into proper, in society the way it should be. Getting jobs, real jobs, No, man, it's okay, yeah. Go over the other side, yeah, sell drugs, try to sell guns, shit like that, get yourself jailed up, and we give you A+. Feel good about it that you're a thug. You know what I'm saying? What kind of bullcrap is that, man? What kind of bullcrap is that? You can't only achieve that if you're just a white guy. You gotta have some media trade to try to reach out and have that major black audience. This is all fucking bullshit politics that fuck with people's head, man. Anyway, so yeah, man, this is the thing. Yeah, man, people are free. But, honestly, man, let's be real. And I'm really referring to the black people, man. How common it is, man really, even a black man really wants to be, hanging out or really have a relationship with a white girl. Let's just be real here, man. Let's be real, okay? We're not talking about white people, okay? Um, and it's just totally understandable. Are you being racist towards white people if you don't want to fucking sleep with them? If you don't want to fucking have a relationship with them? Is that considered racist? No, man. It's the laws of physics. It's the laws of attraction. It's the laws of relationships. It's the laws of chemistry. People like to be with their own kind, and it's totally understandable. I'm a fucking Iranian guy. I've been living in America for what is it, like 17, 18 years now. To this day, as much as I'm not very fond of my own people because my people are real serious backstabbers, but at the end of the day, I would love to let fucking to feel whenever I hear as much as my people literally don't. Yeah, we are like speaking psychology. We're fucked up people, man. We kind of hate our own kind basically, and it's a pretty awful phenomena. But the thing is, at the end of the day, but I like I want to be with them. If I find just one good person, man, I would love to be all over them. I would love to kiss their hands. I'm talking about a chick, primarily speaking. Even though we have this relationship where men when they want to greet each other, they do kiss each other. And I love that, and I love that. It's funny is that I found it nothing wrong with it till I fucking landed in America and I got fucked in the up the ass and like I was like 2013 or 15. I went to Iran and people were trying to kiss me, and I was like, no, thank you so much. It's psychology. You have the same guy talk coming here, and then I was never attracted to men. It has nothing to do with that. It's funny. This is nothing with Middle Eastern. I was in Turkey. I was in Georgia. Georgia is like a Christian, and they really want to identify themselves and be like Georgia. I'm talking about South Russia. Um, and I'm talking about first-hand experience. I know this is more a pervasive thing, like in even like Slavic countries or like Eastern European as well. Or it could be other places in the world too. But I'm just talking about something that I saw myself. I don't want to say something that I don't seen it. Maybe other people talk about. So, anyways, yeah, I was there. Yeah, man. When they want to see each other, they give each other one cheek and then one kiss on the cheek. And these people, Georgians, Armenians, they're the ones that they're a forerunner of being Christian, and they want to kind of allege themselves to like European. Fuck you, okay? You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's funny. It's amazing. Reason I say this because, and I don't want to make this like a one-sided argument, and I don't want to keep switching arguments, but it's funny because Georgia and Armenia were both part of the Persian Empire. We're talking about just about perhaps 100 or 300 years after the birth of Christianity, basically. And in the Persian Empire, the whole fame of the Persians was for their tolerance towards other different people. The idea was that you could be Christian, you could believe in anything. We don't give a shit, man. As long as you don't harm nobody, you can believe in crap. I'm just saying, you could have done anything. Nobody cared. It was a true not nothing perfect, and certainly I don't live this, but for the most part, by all accounts, is one thing. A cosmopolitan really was established in the Persian Empire where you could look anywhere. You could be black, you could be brown, you could be Indian. You have this massive empire. So here's the part I'm trying to get that. All that shit came to the seas because at some point, these two countries, Georgian Empire and the Armenians, who were part of the Persian Empire, all of a sudden they came out and they're like, you know what? We're Christians. We don't want to have anything to do with y'all Persians. We want to allege ourselves to the Romans. And this guy, the Persian king, is looking at this shit. It's like, wait a minute. So now this religion, Christianity, is not just a religion anymore. It's a political entity. He's looking at this crap, and he goes like, you know what? That's it for you all. You know what? Let's stop it right there. That's bullshit. Okay, you can't do that shit. You can't just on a pure premise of religion or something, trying to stir up shit and trying to create a political the inside a political turmoil and crap like that, and trying to change the fabric of the whole thing. So it's a pretty bullshit thing, and I'm sure the issue had actually maybe other causes too. Maybe they were not happy with the way they were. But you think the Romans were really fucking feeling with their own for their own kind, just on the premise that, oh yeah, because everybody's Christian, oh we love y'all. No, anybody who talks shit to them, not only that, they actually made it pretty clear that it's just like saying that America is a Christian country. If you do something wrong here, matter of fact, you don't have to do anything wrong here. You end up in jail. If you're homeless in America, you will end up in jail for the crime of living on the street. You don't have to do shit. I'm sorry, man. We leave you on the street. It's a trap. It's not everybody. A lot of people, they come out and say, "Oh, America's such a wonderful country because they keep their homeless. They let them live on the street." No, bro. It's not because they feel for them. It's because they're looking for a way so they can, have a reason to arrest them and put them in jail. So those private companies that they build the jails, they can suck the federal money and perpetually for the rest of that man's life, they can suck money out of it. That's what it is. It's not meant to care for them. Go try it for yourself. One night living on the street, how much they fuck with your soul, and you feel the heat. They're waiting for a second you snap, and then they take you away, and everybody be like, oh yeah, that motherfucker homeless guy, he's a fucking thug. He was trying to beat people up, or he was trying to attack people. Yeah, they're right to try to put him in jail. No, he only did some shit, whatever he did, because somebody fucked with his soul. That's what happened. Living on the street is shitty enough. You making hell on top of what it is for somebody. There was always most 9 out of 10 there's always a reason for something. It's a good reason. Yeah, sure. There's some people are just sick. I've seen those people. I know what you're talking about. Anyways, let's go back to this whole thing. Oh man, you know what? I'm seriously sick of this crap, man. I don't like this shit, man. What is this thing? You know. Man, I was reading some of this crap of, watching some of this video for this, what do you call it, talk show, this channel, Takoto. I don't even know how it's properly said. I'm sorry. I don't really watch it. It's funny is that, this whole thing, this sex video that, Kim In had with this dude. Sick, by the way. She was that one actually who actually sold it to a adult, if you will, company, a porn company, so they can distribute it and sell it and shit like that, just so she can actually get fame out of it. So they knew what they're doing. It was a setup. You know what I'm saying? It's the same exact shit. Same thing with that Paris Hilton. You think these are just like just some kind of a thing. They know exactly what they're doing. They've been doing this for a long time on a global level. They go prop up, these warlords in Africa, U.S. government I'm talking about. They give them weapons. They give them guns, all kinds of shit. And they go and I don't want to talk about it. The thing is, though, everybody was like, and then the U.S. forces through UN, United Nations, they go over there and they look like liberators. They fuck around for fears of, thank you, America, for saving us. No, fuck you, America. You give free guns to those people so they can kill their own people. So those warlords will take those natural resources, the diamonds and all that shit, and for the meager amount of nothing, they ship it out to America, rest of Europe. If people have money to buy those diamonds, and they pay good money, and you basically just go yourself next to nothing by paying next to nothing. You got yourself a huge business. It's something they do all around the world. Same thing. So you have these people. You think they give a shit? What is this? This new girl, chick was born Stormy. Come on, man. Come on. Hey, who named their child Stormy? Is that really like? Come on. You don't really think this is going really wrong direction? What kind of name is a Stormy? Are you serious? I mean, I think if you would call him a storm, even matter of fact, he wouldn't. I mean, come on, man, come on. This is just bullshit, man. It's just like I don't even know it. You genetically modify names, I'm sorry, unless this is some kind of reference to that chick, Stormy Daniels. Well, which I can totally see that girl's gonna grow up to be probably something in that vicinity, anyways. So thank you for trying to really put a good word out for them from the very birth, so that chick, when she grows up, she knows where her place is gonna be in the society. Come on, man. This is bullshit. You know, and I'm saying on top of that, it's just crazy. It's just creating more. And the worst part is that I think the other part of the channel is that the white people, they watch this is like myself. And it becomes, a society becomes more chaotic, more like creating more division, basically. So you see how a show, a reality TV show, in this whole way that they do shit, man, can literally is destroying a society, you know for no fucking reason. That's just like that dude Justin Trudeau. He was caught, basically. Well, back then he was a kid, obviously, but that was way before he got started on his political career, whatever, if you will, become a politician, motherfucker. But he had this thing where, I don't know, intentionally or not, or just trying to be funny, I guess. Whatever, he used to fucking call her his chick. Like, I think they saw like 3 pictures or something of him, that he had all his painted his face like black, and he was posing a picture, and everybody was like, what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole different thing. He was not in a reality TV show. He was nothing, nobody famous. I don't think he was even a rich kid or anything. Like, he was not really trying to publicize anything or anything like that. But that got a tons of attention. Even that has something way before, when he was a youngster. That's just like, for example, me, like, I don't know what are chances, but like, one day I become a president of Iran, for example, and everybody be like, oh yeah, we saw on a video you were acting like a black dude, shit, do we really want that guy as our president? And I'd be like, y'all motherfucker racist, man. Shit, it's not enough racism, man. What the fuck are you talking about? Come on, man. you know I mean, look at this dude Obama. Come, let's just be real. Do you see him acting like a rapper or something? And it's one having talking with the way he talks, and do you see him like talking like trying to reprimand, or trying to replicate a dude, or is like yeah, trying to put like a picture of the team? That would not look very presidential, right? Come on, man. That's just hated, where people, in name of, oh, you being racist and all that shit, they really actually, not only they're not trying to, they're actually smart people. Not only they put you out, and they try to incriminate you over everything, and they put a point finger at you saying you're being racist. Not only that, but on top of, they actually have a hidden agenda where they're really trying to fuck with you, and they're trying to really actually make something out of it for their own gain. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, man, that's it for me for now. But this is sick, man. This is sick, man. That Mama Chris, man. What's her name? She needs to go to jail, man. She fucking literally, for the sake of profit, she got this Kim to go fuck with that dude, and now the other chicks do the same exactly, and they all started trying to tan their face, all these all like, no, they got like a white pure skin. Like, look at my skin, man. You see this shit, man. You can tell I'm a Middle Eastern, right? You can tell I'm a brown guy. I'm not brown, but because my mama, she grew up in the farm, and there's this heat, sun, and all this shit, where my skin's a little dark too, you know what I'm saying? That's another story. What I'm trying to say. What was I trying to say? No, I'm saying, oh, these families, the same thing. This Ariana Grande, they all had a white skin, man. They all went around and intentionally, try to do, I don't know what a crap they do. They bronze their face. I don't know, something like a permanent shit. The weird part is that something that really gets me is that a lot of black women, they go bleach their face so they can look like a little bit whiter, and you have these. This is just so fucking wrong, man. Be yourself, man. Be real, man. Be yourself. Don't try to be somebody else. You know, can I say this thing one thing, man? I'm gonna just end this thing with one final comment. Colorful is beautiful. What I'm trying to mitigate you, and you trying to mitigate me, we're not making it anywhere. We're just literally becoming one, fucking trying to melt each other's lines. We're trying to become one. There's no beauty in that shit, man. Keep it real. Be yourself. You be yourself. I'll be myself. I could be a black man. You could be a white man. There's only one way to keep it. Show regardless of who we are. Because, everybody's different. Just like, old days before this whole fucking thing with the slavery and black people. Same goddamn white people. You have white, Irish. You have white Italian. The Italian would trash the Irish. You see what I'm saying? This has nothing to do with race. This got to be the way human fucking sick mind, one way or another, trying to find a way to try to use it against you. Something that has to do with your nationality, with your religion, with your looks, with your accent, with your fucking thing. We gotta learn to try to work things around each other. This is not gonna help the situation. Come on, man. The way it's gonna work is that we gotta educate ourselves to try to get along with each other, man. And I feel so honored, man. I'll be so fucking real, man. Because when I landed in America, not that I had any prejudice against anybody. I didn't have prejudice. My prejudice was more on a financial level. I did have this, and I'll be very real with it. But all that shit to the side, man. In name of it, at least. Now I did realize that obviously the very people who were preaching me that shit, they didn't really think that way. That's another story. One thing is that today I don't discriminate. I don't have prejudice against that. You could be black, you could be brown, you can be Hispanic, you can be educated, you can be nothing. I don't care who you are. I'm not in a position of judging anybody. I wish I was in a position at least I could judge somebody. Be like, you know what? Maybe I am somebody who can fucking, make some kind of a determination for other people. That's another story. But really, what I'm trying to say is that to the thing, one thing I want to give this country credit. It made me feel like it made me the person that I don't care who you are. And I feel so awesome about it. As long as you're good, what I care is about your being a good person. That's all I care. This is all bullshit, man. This skin, man. You see this crap, man? When you die, this thing is gonna fucking, it's gonna become nothing but fucking pure soul. This gonna be all fucking, piece of, a burnt, it's all becoming, it's all gonna be degraded, and it's all gonna be nothing but pure, you just fucking piece of earth. That's all it's gonna be like. And do you think the earth